the Los Angeles Clippers have recently been on a win streak. It felt like their season was over. Chris Paul left the team. Their PR was in the gutter. And then they started rattling in some wins in a row. Kawhi Leonard has awakened a brand new prime version of himself. He had 50 the other night. They have a chance to make it a 6-game win streak if they beat Utah tonight. And that'll be long done after this show is already uploaded. Riv, how do you feel about the Clippers and why do you feel like they've been able to maybe potentially get back in a playoff mix? If they keep winning at this rate, they will be in it again.
Yeah, I just think it's been, of course, obviously, number one, Kawhi having 96 points in like 2 games. I think that's obviously.
He's been godly this year.
If you can get that type of Kawhi's been awesome. Definitely feels like he's still got another gear to get to. I also think the Clippers are just playing more their pace, more their speed. I think that's been super important. You know, an older team, it's really hard to, you know, kind of keep up with these young athletic teams. I think the Clippers are starting to find their groove. Granted, Zubac has been out. You know, they have Brook Lopez who's kind of finding his rhythm also too. I think that's been really important. And obviously Harden's been getting it, even getting good rotational minutes from the backup Yannick. I don't want to say his last name pretty bad, but you know, y'all know who I'm talking about.
Penn State product.
Yes. He's been really good. But this team is just, they're starting to find their gear. And Ty Lue said it. He said, listen, man, we just got to go like 32-20 in our next whatever it is, and then we can make the playoffs. They've won 4 straight, if I'm not mistaken. Five straight.
Could be 6 after
Could be
tonight.
6. They play Utah. Utah is no weak opponent. You know, they definitely make games super tough. But the Clippers are just playing more their style. You know, you have your 2 stars heading the ship. Then you have guys like Batum and stuff like that being able to contribute. And they got Derrick Jones Jr. back. So that's going to be huge. I think the Clippers, they have to save their season. I think they can't let they have to make the playoffs. I mean, at least give or take the play-in. You cannot give OKC a top 5 pick. It's just not. It can't happen. You have to do whatever you can. And the Clippers are kind of sitting there with no picks, an old roster. You gotta have to make it as competitive as you can. They don't really have a window to kind of, you know, buy in or on trading Kawhi at a high price or trading James Harden. You kind of have to just see it through. So I think this Clippers team, luckily, the West play-in isn't far off from them. You know, I believe the Blazers are in it, the Grizzlies are in it, and I think those are the under 500 teams. And then Golden State and somebody on top of them are like a couple games over 500. So they can get to that 9, 10, 8 spot. And if you can get to the 9, 10 spot, 2 games get you in the playoffs. And until any games go, you know, you're on the road, but it's 1 game. After that, anything happens.
I felt like this Clipper team to me, I'm going to say 2 things, because on one side, James Harden's playing his best basketball in the regular season since 2020, 2021. And we're watching Kawhi Leonard look unstoppable. That Piston game especially, they didn't have an answer for him despite being the second best defense in the NBA this season. While those 2 are playing their very best basketball, I can't help but look at this Clippers team, which over the last year has lost a lot of players. You've gotten a few back from injury like Derrick Jones Jr. And I say to myself, in a league where having a high-end supporting cast is paramount, I think this Clippers supporting cast is going to hold back this team this year from ultimately being a team that can really win a playoff series. So I look at James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, and I feel like their performance this year, it's been almost untimely because I don't believe in or trust in the rest of the supporting cast. I know Brook Lopez, after Christmas, had one of the best shooting performances of his career, hits 9 threes in Portland. And there are some players like Derrick Jones Jr. who come back and add an extra gear defensively, which they haven't had for the majority of the season. But this is just the same exact Clipper team I thought we saw in 2022. Where they're a 41 team, they're going to end up being a 41-win team to me, but I can't help but think to myself, this whole season, their main goal is just salvaging and ultimately not giving up a top 10 pick to the Thunder. So I think it's a little bit disappointing in the sense that you have Kawhi and James Harden playing their best basketball, but I have very little confidence in the rest of this core.
This is
been hooping too.
It's the first time in a while where we've seen the Clippers' offense be drastically better than its defense. It shows the lack of supporting cast that they have because a big part of their identity for years has been how strong their defense has been. But this year, obviously with that not being at the forefront and with Kawhi Leonard and James Harden playing at such a high level, really Kawhi Leonard, when he's played, he's been otherworldly. It's career highs and everything. Like he's just been that effective, that efficient when he has been on the court. That it makes you believe that was so long as he is healthy, you go as far as Kawhi Leonard takes you. Newsflash, same thing every single year. And it's an unfortunate draw that Clippers fans have had to face because when Kawhi Leonard came to town, you knew the risk. But he's gives you the false hope because he plays in the regular season. And then come postseason time, he's just unavailable. And it's an unfortunate bummer and an unfortunate truth because we know who he is when he is available. He shows you when he's on the court. He's one of the very best this game's ever seen. But this Clippers defense just lacks substance. It lacks juice on the defensive side. And it's the first time that we've seen that in the Tyronn Lue, the Kawhi Leonard era, that it makes me unsure what that the version of the Clippers we're going to get rest of the season. Like, is it sustainable for Kawhi Leonard to, 1, stay on the court, 2, average his career highs from the free throw, from the field, points per game, everything, in every aspect? Is it sustainable to have James Harden, which he's been reliable, but he's getting older? It's just a natural question that you ask yourself. Can we just hope and pray that James Harden, at the age, 36 now, if I'm not mistaken?
Something like that.
Going to continue to just be this reliable point guard year in, year out? I mean, if there's one constant I guess we should trust is that James Harden is going to be available for him. But the fact that their offense is near top 10 and their defense is bottom of the league, that's what's concerning to me. Because the one saving grace for the Clippers in the entire Kawhi tenure has been their depth. And I think for the first time in that tenure, it's finally caught up to them.
I just think that they're an older team and they didn't have a lot of athletes, especially coming into the season where you're relying on Bradley Beal and you're still thinking that Chris Paul has something left in the tank.
That stinks.
For Chris Paul's a legend to that organization.
Without a doubt.
When they announced his retirement tour, definitely got an uptick in minutes. Definitely try to play him more in games. And he's just not a good player anymore. Like, he's very old. He doesn't impact the game positively. And maybe that was an influence in the locker room with maybe how he would talk to certain players and that rubbed them the wrong way because they're clearly playing more energized now. I think that Zubac getting hurt allowed them to play with more spacing. So now Harden and Kawhi have more space to operate. And then those young players really ascending. You mentioned the backup center, but also Kobe Sanders, who's a 6'8" guard. He plays defense. He dives for loose balls. He hits 3-point shots. They were able to add 2 young players into the rotation that brought that much needed energy that these 10-year vets just don't want to do anymore. John Collins isn't going to play his heart out every single night, but these players that are looking to get into the rotation and leave their mark, they're going to. And that's why we saw the career night from the backup center. I know his name. It's just really hard to pronounce. Bro. That's why. But I just feel like saying the backup center is just a little bit
we know who you are, bro. Just know
Yannick
that.
Conan Niederhauser.
Yes.
It's
there we go.
Very long.
Yannick Conan Niederhauser.
We went to school with somebody named Yannick.
Yeah, Yannick Conan Niederhauser.
Yannick was awesome.
He's in jail.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, this conversation took a turn for the worse.
Back to the Clippers. My main gripe, because this is why I said before, there's this sense that the tale of two halves is that
made me sad, man.
Kawhi should not have to play every single night because he's played 60 games one time since 2019. And when you look at the teams all season, they add in a lot of different pieces. And my biggest gripe is the fact you don't have, after Harden and Kawhi, that reliable go-to scorer. And you had that in Norman Powell. And when I look at this Clippers organization, I can't help but think to myself, that they look back at that trade and say they could wish they could have that back. Trading Norman Powell for John Collins and then believing you're going to have a healthy Bradley Beal, and they never got that, and he's out for the season.
Yeah.
Because that fundamentally changed the entire outlook of this team where you need Kawhi to play every single night, given his age, given his injury history. I don't believe that's a formula for the Clippers to, and as we saw in the first half of the season, even with Kawhi playing well, they got off such a slow start. I don't believe that's a formula to keeping Kawhi on the court.
Listen, I think they're cooked. I don't think they're going to win no playoff series. That shouldn't even be the expectation. The expectation should just be getting out the gutter to have some sense of pride. And right now, how I view Harden and Kawhi is that they're in perfect spots. Like Kawhi Leonard, I don't think he wants to go anywhere else and play basketball. Mm-hmm. The Clippers have been amazing to him. They even, they give him a lot of money allegedly under the table. So he's in a great spot.
The investigation stopped.
He likes playing there. James Harden.
I was always on the right side of history, by the way.
Where else is James Harden going to play where he can play like how he plays right now? Minnesota, I would love Harden in Minnesota.
Houston?
I would love that. Houston, I feel like Houston is trying to get younger and not older. That's why. But I would love Houston.
Giving up Fred and somebody else wouldn't hurt.
I have a 2K franchise with Harden and KD on the Rockets right now. So
did you win?
I haven't even played it that much.
Shit.
I just played it a little bit. But no, I would like that. But Harden able to be his individual free self, bringing the ball up and making decisions. There's not a lot of places where he's going to get that. So, they're just going to ride this era out and then with their cap space, take swings on players with upside, like a Benedict Mathurin, like a Quentin Grimes or something and they'll bring in talent that way, but
Quentin
trying
Grimes.
to do it through the draft, be quiet, man.
What?
Be quiet.
Oh, you've
Quentin
noticed.
Grimes.
You've noticed his
Quentin
He's
play.
Grimes.
mid now.
No, he's fine. He's just fine. Don't worry about Quentin Grimes.
You notice how
just
he's
good.
being so nice, right?
He's fine.
super nice.
But I think that they have to ride it out because you can't just lose on purpose when there's no benefit for your
Well, you don't have your
organization.
first round pick.
They're ass. They ain't even losing on purpose. Like, it's just not good. I mean, yeah, Kawhi, he loves it. It's home. So I feel like you can still get some value back for Harden, though. A little something.
You can.
Because I think there's teams that are point guard needed. I talked about Houston. Houston would be more, maybe they could do it in the offseason. I know they can't do it during the regular
Zubac
season.
is like the most valuable on the team right now.
Zubac is another guy who.
And
you
when
can
is he
move
coming
off.
back?
Like 2-3 more weeks
What would you do? Would you do Zubac for Benedict Mathurin?
for Indiana. I don't know if he
Well,
fits
Benedict's
their
an expiring
pace.
contract.
But
I would
also,
say
how many
they
more
want
bigs do the Clippers have that they could just get rid of Zubac?
Well, it's
They
Brook
really
and
don't have
Yannick.
Yeah, Brooks 37
That's
years
what I'm
old.
saying.
Yannick could be
they,
the
They
starter.
don't have anybody. It's just trying to get something back because they have nothing for the
I don't like
future.
Zubac in Indiana's pace. I don't think he'll fit their pace.
You have to get a lot of younger.
Did you think that Pascal would fit their pace?
Yes. I think he could.
I mean, he's really great in
Clippers?
transition.
No,
No.
Indiana.
Pacers.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no shot the Pacers are trading Pascal
No, no, no.
Siakam.
No,
to the
no,
Clippers.
that's not what I'm saying.
You know, I think who should go call for Zubac? Memphis.
They have Edie.
So,
Edie's really good when he plays.
doesn't play a lot.
Yeah, neither does Ja.
Okay. That's why they have 3 backup point guards.
Why
And
would
two
you
of them
bring in
have not played this
Zubac
year.
though?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Huh?
Why would you bring in Zubac? They have Edie though. Edie's the center, the star center.
You wouldn't want to upgrade?
I think they're fine with Edie.
Okay.
I think he's good.
I think Zubac is better. Is Zubac not better?
Yeah, he's better
Okay.
by a lot.
Last
Right
year was
for the
by a
moment.
significant margin, but this year Zubac does not play at that same exact level.
No, last year he was amazing, but this year he
Yeah,
definitely.
last year
fallen off.
wasn't remotely close at all. Zubac's like a top 10 center last year.